Storage in Azure sounds simple, but it's where many candidates lose easy marks. One wrong choice between blob tiers, access levels, or redundancy options, and the question is gone. If you're preparing for the Azure Administrator Associate exam, this is a topic you can't afford to miss. In this video, you'll practice real exam-style questions on implementing and managing storage to build confidence. We've already covered core topics and identity and governance. Check those out if you haven't. Now, let's dive into this high-weight domain. Stay focused, answer before I explain, and think like the exam. Let's get started. Question 1. A media company needs to store petabytes of video content. The solution must support HTTP, HTTPS access, lifecycle tiering, and optimized streaming performance. Which Azure storage solution best meets these requirements? A. Azure Files with SMB access. B. Azure Table Storage with indexing. C. Azure Blob Storage with hot-cool tiers. D. Azure Managed Disks with Premium SSD. Take 5 seconds before answering. The correct answer is C. Azure Blob Storage with hot-cool tiers. Blob Storage is specifically designed for unstructured data at massive scale. It supports HTTP, HTTPS access, integrates with CDN services, and allows lifecycle management policies for automatic tiering between hot, cool, and archive storage. Question 2. A compliance system stores audit logs that must be retained for 7 years and accessed only during rare investigations. Retrieval may take several hours if needed. Which tier is most cost-effective? A. Hot tier with redundancy. B. Cool tier with lifecycle rules. C. Archive tier with rehydration. D. Premium block blob tier. Think carefully. This is where many candidates slip. The correct answer is C. Archive tier with rehydration. The archive tier provides the lowest storage cost for long-term retention scenarios. Although retrieval requires rehydration and can take hours, it is ideal when access is extremely rare and cost optimization is a priority. Question 3. A global application requires disaster recovery across regions and the ability to read data even if the primary region is unavailable. Which option satisfies both requirements? A. LRS. B. ZRS. C. GRS. D. RA-GRS. If you're thinking like a pen tester, this should be clear. The correct answer is D. RA-GRS. RA-GRS not only replicates data to a secondary region for disaster recovery, but also provides read-only access to that secondary endpoint. This ensures both high durability and continued data availability during regional outages. Question 4. An on-premises application needs to migrate to Azure with minimal code changes and continue using SMB-based file shares accessible by multiple VMs. Which solution is most appropriate? A. Azure Blob Storage with REST APIs. B. Azure Files with SMB protocol. C. Azure Table Storage with partition keys. D. Azure Queue Storage for file distribution. Take 5 seconds before answering. The correct answer is B. Azure Files with SMB protocol. Azure Files supports standard SMB and NFS protocols, making it ideal for lift and shift migrations. Applications can continue using familiar file system operations without requiring significant architectural changes. If you want more Azure Administrator Associate exam questions focused on storage and real exam scenarios, check out CERT's Hero practice tests. They're designed to match the actual exam pattern and difficulty. Question 5. A developer needs to grant a client temporary, limited write access to a specific blob without exposing account keys or granting full permissions. What is the best approach? A. Assign RBAC at storage account. B. Generate SAS with scoped permissions. C. Enable Azure policy to restrict access. D. Configure a private endpoint. Take 5 seconds before answering. The correct answer is B. Generate SAS with scoped permissions. A SAS token allows fine-grained, time-limited access to specific resources and operations. It avoids exposing account keys and follows the principle of least privilege by restricting permissions to only what is required. Question 6. A company must ensure that its storage account is only accessible from specific subnets within a virtual network and block all public internet traffic. What should be implemented? A. Role-based access control only. B. Availability zones. C. Azure monitor alerts. D. Firewall and VNet endpoints. Take 5 seconds before answering. The correct answer is D. Firewall and VNet endpoints. These features provide network-level security by restricting access to approved IP ranges or subnets. When combined, they ensure that only trusted network traffic can reach the storage account, even if credentials are compromised. Question 7. A high-throughput transactional database requires consistently low latency, high IOPS, and predictable performance under heavy load. Which disk type should you choose? A. Ultradisk. B. Standard SSD. C. Premium SSD. D. Standard HDD. Take 5 seconds before answering. The correct answer is A. Ultradisk. Ultradisks offer the highest performance among Azure disk options with configurable IOPS and throughput. They are specifically designed for mission-critical workloads such as large databases that demand consistent and extreme performance. Question 8. A storage account contains millions of blobs with varying access patterns. You need to automatically move blobs to cooler tiers based on last access time and delete them after a retention period. What should you configure? A. Azure Backup Vault. B. Lifecycle Management Policy. C. Azure Monitor Metrics. D. RBAC Role Assignments. Take 5 seconds before answering. The correct answer is B. Lifecycle Management Policy with Rules. Lifecycle management policies allow you to define rules based on blob age or last access time. These rules can automatically transition data between tiers or delete it, helping reduce costs and enforce data retention policies without manual intervention. In this video, you practiced key questions focused on implementing and managing storage. We covered blob storage, access tiers, redundancy, security, and lifecycle management, essential concepts for the exam. In the next videos, we'll tackle more Azure topics with advanced, real exam-style questions. If you're serious about passing, check out Certs Hero and start practicing full-length tests today. Keep learning, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next video.